The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Damn, damn, damn!
All right, everybody, welcome back. It is Wednesday night. It is 8:30, and we are back. Thank you, Chrissy, for calling the intro snazzy. Snazzy. What the hell uses the word snazzy?
I do.
Snazzy intro. Okay, you do, Joe?
Why not?
All right.
Joe's a very
Okay, let's go
snazzy sort of
around.
guy.
Let's go around the horn. Jables, how are you?
I'm quite lovely, thank you.
Good to see you. It's good to see less of you. Matt, man, how are you?
Awesome. Completely.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Juke Bizzle, my shin dizzle. How are you, sir?
I am doing good. How are you?
Very good. Can you get closer to the mic? I'm kidding. Pull the mic a little bit away. It's becomes it sounds like I'm listening.
Does his microphone sound bassy?
Exactly.
Sounds
And
bassy.
Joe, how are you, sir?
Oh, we're being held together by spit and a prayer.
All right. Spitting a prayer. There's a T-shirt
like a
idea,
MacGyver
Chrissy, right
episode.
there. Held together by spit and a prayer.
Hey, Ricky.
Say hello to everybody in the chat. I can see Ricky's in there, Janice, Chrissy's in there, Juke Bizzle. You're talking. Saul Alvarado, welcome. Terry, welcome. Cold Roses, Barry Bowman. All right. Yeah. You just tuned in for the Hulk. So did Esther Rowley. Or Esther Roll, however you pronounce her name. That's why she's saying damn. Hey now, Jan is here. And Johnny Crane is here, taking his time off, taking a bite out of crime every day, Johnny. Good to see you. And what's on the docket today? Let me tell you guys something real quickly. I was watching, like shit comes up in my feed, and some guy was interviewing two musicians from the band Kix. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band Kix, but I remembered them when I was in high school, and I was like, I remember not liking them. But so I watched the interview, and the guy interviewing them, and let's just call this guy Moishe Hirschberg. The guy was throwing Jew jokes around all the time. Now, folks, I'm Jewish, so please don't report me to YouTube that I'm Jewish. No, that I'm making Jewish. Anyways, the guy's sitting there, and he's like telling these guys how they're the greatest things since sliced bread, and they're the greatest rock and roll band. So I'm like, maybe I should give Kix another chance, because
It wasn't even.
I remember me not liking them. And it's right, exactly. So I went to a video, watched them play live, and I'm like, this is the worst fucking band I've ever heard. They're horrible.
It was horrible. It was horrible from day one.
They're horrible.
So you liked it?
Oh, it was great. No, I couldn't believe. I was like, was I wrong at age 13? And then I listened to him. I'm like, no, 13-year-old me was spot on. I knew what I was talking about.
That's funny.
When you're listening to fucking Dio, and you're listening to like Ozzy stuff coming out in the early 80s and Don't Say No from Billy Squier. And then you hear these guys, it's like, oh, this is schlock. This is garbage.
You
It
know
was
why they
terrible.
were being interviewed?
Are they?
A
No.
week and a half ago, I see an article. Kicks performed their last show, and I'm like,
Yes,
oh,
that was
but
the whole point of the interview. Was their last
wasn't
show?
that
I was
30
like,
fucking years ago, though. I'm like,
That's funny.
yeah.
they're still out there playing? Whose
Horrendous.
backyard? Whose backyard
Yeah,
did they get $50?
yeah, it was
A
horrendous.
barbecue.
I'll say this: they were worse than Quiet Riot 1 and 2.
Hug 'em.
I mean, that stuff's horrendous.
I don't know any of their songs.
Yeah, like
Quiet
the
Riot
cereal
or Kicks?
Kicks.
Oh,
No, he
Get
knows
your
Quiet
Kicks
Riot.
on Route 66.
no, I'm talking about Kicks.
Yeah, Kicks was. They didn't have any songs. I looked up their hits. I was like, "What the hell is this song? It's terrible." The way the vocalist has like an echo on his voice, and it's like slapback, and it's so dated and terrible in every way.
Oh, so they're
The
doing
band
that.
was
That's
just
like
awful.
that's like the early '80s heavy metal production vocal. It's a bad sound.
But they
The
really
slapback
weren't a heavy
vocal.
metal band to begin with. I watched their live before they became like, it's kind of like how like Alice in Chains wasn't really a grunge band until they got picked up, because before that they were like doing 80s metal, that kind of thing. That they became a metal band for because it was all the hair bands were getting picked up. But
I'm looking at the kicksband.com homepage, and it's exactly what I expect from a band like this. All the guys look like they're about 65 years old. All of the hair looks like it's about 24 years old.
Every guy's got a bad hair system.
no one loves a good hair system like Jables.
It's
love it.
amazing. It's like, oh, how finely dyed and feathered, and it's incredible. You can't.
Well,
do anything,
speaking
you
of
can't do
hair
anything about that leather
systems,
face, but you got the finest hair in town.
Bill Burr does a really funny take on the Quiet Riot documentary. You can Google it on YouTube there. It's Bill Burr's take on talks about the Quiet Riot documentary. But when you see the final days of like Kevin Dubrow, and he's got the blonde hair that's like straight matte
He was
down.
going
It's
bald like 30 years ago.
he had the hair of Klaus Meine.
Yeah.
Now right? And now he's working with like a hair system almost similar to, you guys remember when Garth Brooks went under a fake name? God knows what the hell he was thinking. But remember when he did that?
Chris
No.
something. I
Yeah,
can't remember
that's
what it
right,
was.
Chrissy. The
Chris
cereal's
something.
horrible. Hey, Dooley, what's happening?
Oh, I
Oh,
see
these
the
guys.
photos. I see the blonde hair photo of Kevin Dubrow.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
He
Chris
wanted
Gaines.
to be Kevin Dudokin, apparently. Looks like Don Dokken.
You know what? The wig doesn't give him a voice. Let me tell you, folks, you can shave your head bald and sing if you can sing.
Well, the same for Richie Blackmore. He did it too. You look at the old pictures, and he was like Klaus Meine, and then he all of a sudden he's got the wig on.
Yeah, and
I didn't know
Richie's
that.
wig is very,
You didn't know
very.
that?
I didn't know
What? That
You
he
didn't
wears
know
a
Black-
wig?
You didn't know
that
Blackmore?
that Blackmore wore a wig. I knew he wore a witch
Look
hat.
at his thinning hair in like 78.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's how you
true.
can tell when you look at Tom Petty. Tom Petty, look at the Hard Promises album cover, and you're like, that guy's going to be bald as an egg in 3 years. 3 years later, he's got the biggest lush blonde hair, thick as any Jamaican guy I've ever seen. It's like, and he's singing "Don't Come Around Here No More." He's like, what the hell's he talking about? That's the barber telling him that.
Yeah.
You don't need to be here. That hair's one length and it ain't growing.
like the barbarians.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, those are obvious.
Oh yeah. I'll never forget the time my buddy Mike Sullivan walked up to him in the gym and said, "Hey guys, I want to be you for Halloween, but they said you still have the costumes out." And David just laughed. Peter didn't find it funny,
was a
but
good
David thought it
sport.
was funny. Oh yeah.
David was.
Yeah,
I remember
Peter-
you telling David, "Hey, when are you gonna get rid of those Frankenstein boots and that cut off shirt and those tight jeans
Oh, just to
and the
bust their
wig?"
balls
You
all
even
the time.
said the wig. You
Oh,
even
I
said
have.
the
I
wig,
talked
too.
about the wig to them. They're not going to hide the wig from me. The thing's ridiculous. I'm like, you guys look like Kevin Dubrow right before he died. Thank you. You know, Kevin Dubrow had a lot of work done. And I was wondering, at first I thought it might have been a hair transplant because his brother is Terry Dubrow, who's like one of the biggest plastic surgeons in LA.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had a TV show. Do you guys remember the show, The Black Swan?
No.
Or is it The White Swan? Or The Swan, just called The Swan.
I remember that. I do remember that.
They had the ugly ducklings, and then they would sit there and go, you need to go to a gym, and then you're going to go see this guy give you a nose job, a breast job, and then he's going to fucking
And then they give him body
fix your
surgery.
teeth. Yeah, it's like the fact
like
these
the
people went
ultimate
on the show
makeover.
and they're like, yeah, I'm a pig. Why don't you fix me up? Do what you can. Take me from an ugly ducking to a swan. And then it was like a beauty contest that they had. I can't even believe that was a show. You know what? Now I have new respect for Terry Dubrow. That's a genius show.
They should have called that the polished turds.
That's really what they're calling it.
Some of these guys
Richie's
really
week.
need to
Let me tell
go.
you. So I'm
You've got
listening.
me-
Remember, and I want to bring this up because I brought this up before, and you guys know this. Let me just also make this announcement. Next Wednesday, October 4th, the DL show will have guest Steve Rosen, who wrote the book Tone Chaser. He's coming on the show. I asked him why he's coming on the show. I said, have you ever seen the show? He said, honestly, no. I said, I figured. Because when you hear what we're talking about, you're going to run like hell. No, anyway, so he's going to come on. We're going to talk Tone Chaser. We're going to talk his Randy Rhoads book. He's met and talked to a bunch of other musicians and lots of good stories. But anyways, this brings me to...
You should mention, too, that the guy was a long-time writer for Guitar World and Guitar Player magazine.
Yes.
That guy interviewed every major guitar player back in the
I would have
70s and
mentioned
80s.
that, Matt, had I known it.
Had you known it?
Had I known it. I knew he wrote the book, Tone Chaser. I don't know anything. That's good that you were here. I told him you were going to be here. I said, Matt's going to be there, and Matt knows, I'm sure, everything about you, and that's great, because I didn't.
Yeah,
I know he knows. I knew he was friends with Eddie.
Yeah. Well, he introduced
thank you.
him to
There's the Tone Chaser book right there. Guys, please buy your copy of Tone Chaser book before he comes on the show. Make me proud. Use the code Dave's Guitar Channel. You'll get an extra 10% added on.
He's got a YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
exactly.
You'll have to... So anyways, I'm in the gym, and let me get back to this. I brought up a while ago that Deep Purple goes into a lot of songs that have jazz hands. Never let you down. You know, like in the song Smooth Dancer. I brought it up in many songs, and people said to me, maybe in this group, I can't remember who, but Ian Gillan came from a theater background, and that's all Gillan. And then a couple of weeks later, I brought up that I can't stand the song All Night Long that Graham Bonnet sings for Rainbow, because it almost sounds like a show. Hey, girl, where'd you like your style? And the way he walks across the stage, I feel like I'm watching musical theater. That's another example. I'm in the gym the other day. Can't Happen Here comes on. Do you guys know the song?
Don't think
Can't
so.
happen here, telling you, can't happen here. And it's got the piano that's banging eighth notes, the unison eighth notes. And I'm like, God, this is really campy. I never noticed it. But then in the verse, people over here and people over there. And then they're like, ready for the future. It is so jazz hands theater. I'm like, I don't know what's up with Richie. Richie is, it's very jazz hands. And now all you Deep Purple fans are going, this fucking Levine character. What an asshole bringing this up. He had songs like Child in Time. It sucks, folks. They're all right.
Howie's writing you a strongly worded letter right now.
He is. But look, Howie knows I like Whitesnake, so he gives me a pass. And Whitesnake, by the way, is 10 times the band. Some of the Rainbow stuff, and there is some Dio stuff. I think Black Sheep of the Family. I'm the black sheep of the family. Any of you guys, okay, all right, Chrissy, I'll talk to you later. Any of you seen? It's I don't know what to say. It's all jazz hands. Black Sheep. Do you guys, anyone know these songs I'm bringing up, or am I the only one listening to the Rainbow deep cuts?
I think so.
The only one.
Yeah, and you know why I'm the only one? Because they're fucking show tunes. They're show tunes. Ethel Merman's putting out a record. Her favorite Rainbow, Deep Purple, and fucking... Any Richie Blackmore songs? Oh, thank you, Jan. Thank Jan. Now, Jan knows. Jan, you know I'm right. When they go, ready for the future, I feel like I'm watching a fucking play, and Cartman's going to come out in a second. You may call me a pussy.
Time out.
Anyone else Safe Space?
Isn't Since You've Been Gone a show tune also? Like kind of
No, Since You've Been Gone is written by, first of all, the song is written by Russ Ballard and was recorded by a band before Rainbow.
It's been recorded so many times by Grand Bonnet. It's ridiculous.
I'm trying to think who
He did it with
Rainbow.
Perry.
I'm trying to think who did it before Rainbow. Was it Hello? No. No, it was the band Head East.
That might be a jazz handsy song.
Do you guys remember Head East, though?
I don't know that I disagree entirely with Jimmy.
Well, no, because it's like, since you've been gone.
Since you've been gone. It's like, oh boy.
You're right. It could be in the movie Godspell, right before Day by Day. Oh my God, it's so gay. It is bad. We're gonna take that back. But the other song Russ Ballard wrote for them, I Surrender, is a great song. Although, wait a second. I surrender.
You want to retract
Yes,
that
James
statement,
Stewart,
Dave?
Flat as a Pancake. I don't think it's on Flat as a Pancake, although the best song they ever did is the opening song on Flat as a Pancake is Never Been Any Reason. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Ethel Merman. Well, he is the Ethel Merman of heavy metal. I'm
What the hell
surprised they didn't
happened
offer
to-
Jeff Tate a job.
I'm thinking of Joe Lynn Turner. I've seen some photos of him lately, and he's not singing Stone Cold anymore. He looks like he's getting ready to lead the Persian army against the 300.
He's 300. He's not singing Stone Cold. He's trying to look like Stone Cold.
Oh man,
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's got to be 70-something years old, right?
Well,
All these guys
what
that
is
we're
he
talking
doing?
about
What is he
70.
doing? Roy's or something? Or
No, he's not
He
big.
took
He's
the wig
just-
off.
Yeah,
Like-
he's completely bald, and he wears eye makeup and this big earring. And
Right,
if
I
he
knew
looks
that.
like 300. He just looks like that Persian, whatever that guy was, the emperor
Xerxes
or
whatever.
Yeah, Xerxes. That's it. And you're like, oh boy.
Terry says Fireball. Fireball's a great song. Unfortunately, it's the only great song on that album.
What album is
Here
that?
come the Deep Purple haters. Here we go. Come at me. There's better song. No, there isn't. That album's unlistenable.
What other
Sing
songs
within
are on
Ro-
Fireball?
What's that?
What other songs are on Fireball?
You just made my point. If they were good, you would have known. You know what I mean? You could name every song on Machine Head, can't you, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my point.
It's a great record.
Great record. Oh, let me see what the Beatles think about this. Let me see if they have any comment.
Great record.
Excellent album. We learned a lot from
Great
it.
record.
Need to be a little quicker on the button, Dave.
Did you put together a sample library that you can quickly access?
Oh, yeah. You kidding me?
Not quickly though.
Oh, yeah, not quickly. Yeah.
I got 500
mean,
sound effects right next to me.
what's that?
I got
Oh, yeah, but yeah.
sound effects right next to me.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could access these. Can I access these any faster?
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Here we go.
All right, Redemption.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so you have no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, so that's all. That was on my mind because I couldn't believe when I was listening to this, and I love "Can't Happen Here." I love that whole Difficult to Cure record. But I'm listening to it in the gym, and I'm just like, when you listen to a song by Slipknot, like Before I Forget, and it's heavy balls, just completely balls out metal. And then you go to like one of these 70s songs, like what's it, 79 or 80, Difficult to Cure. And you're hearing that piano, can't happen here. And he's just banging eighth notes. I'm just like, are you kidding me? This is like corny as it gets. Anyways, so folks, I'm sorry I'm destroying all your childhood memories of great bands, but so anyways,
I
I brought up the Quiet Riot. What else is going on? That's all I had. Other than no, that's all I had.
All right, good. Nice short show. We'll see you later, folks.
No, what else is going on? Joe, you've been watching a lot of stuff lately.
Oh, bad movie after bad movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've been watching good movies.
What have you watched?
I watched Dirty Harry last night.
That's a good movie.
That's a great one.
You know,
I met the psychopath from Dirty Harry.
Oh wow!
When I was like 15, and he was walking an Afghan dog on Central Park West, and he smoked a joint with me and my friend. Ta-da!
I thought.
Do you know the actor's name, or are we just going to know the psychopath from the movie?
Well, just the guy who removed his teeth and killed the people, and I don't know his name.
Okay, for future reference, it's always good to
remember
someone's name that no one knows.
I just finished watching last night the Keith Richards documentary called Under the Influence. It was entertaining, you know.
All right.
Wasn't
he did drugs? Keith did drugs?
Well, it wasn't about that.
Only prescription.
You know what? I got to say this. In the 1980s, the best Rolling Stones album is Talk Is Cheap by Keith Richards. It's a fantastic album. I don't know if you guys know that album at all.
I don't know that one.
Oh, my God. You Shouldn't Take It So Hard. Make No Mistake. It's the album's flawless. It's a great record. How I Wish is on it. Locked Away is on it. I'm telling you right now, listen to it. You can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
Which one is it?
Talk Is Cheap.
Talk Is Cheap is the album? Okay.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's weird. The opening song is a little different than everything else that Bootsy's playing bass. It's like a funky song. And then the rest of the record is just great rock and roll.
Well, most of the film was about, just his influences, not about the drugs or anything. It was about the blues guys he listened to and how he met them when he, came over here originally with the Stones, and they got to meet Muddy Waters and Buddy Guy and all these dudes, and got to like hang with them and party with them and all that kind of stuff. And then he talks about, going in and doing some of the older Stones records. And there's a lot of stuff in the studio, and him telling how certain songs were recorded and what he played on and what he played bass on and that kind of stuff.
People don't realize him and Mick played bass on quite a few things.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Hannah Baum, yes, it was the Expensive Wino, same band. Steve Jordan on drums. And you say you didn't know that? Yeah, there was like in fact, one of my favorite Stones songs is on It's Only Rock and Roll, called Fingerprint File. And I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's Mick that plays bass on it. It could be Keith, but I think it was Mick.
Yeah, he never mentioned Mick playing any bass, but he did.
Well, it wasn't what's his face.
Yeah,
Bill Wyman.
There was actually like
I think Missy
studio footage of them doing some of the songs, and I can't remember which. I think it was Street Fighting Man or something like that, where it was just like him and Charlie Watts in the studio, and they were just like kind of starting to bang it out and put it together. So
that's an open E. Yeah. Most of those early things were an open E, and then I believe what
open G. I thought he did open G with 5
open
strings
in the early stuff, and then in '69, Ry Cooder showed him open G tuning, and then
changed everything.
Point on, he never went back. But open E is Street Fighting Man, Jumpin' Jack Flash. And there's debate whether people think that you can't always get what you want as open E. I tend to think it's open G with a standard high E, just the way he plays it, the way it sounds. When I was watching a video, it was Rick Emmett talking about how he plays a song. And then he says some guy asked him how he played a part, and Rick was like, I don't remember. And the guy goes, is this it? And he's like, oh yeah, that must be it, because that's what it sounds like. But in the beginning, Rick Emmett says he played it on a 12 string, and I'm like, you don't need to hit that high note because the octave note is right here on this other string. And even the way Rick was playing it, it seemed foreign to him. So I don't buy that that was how he played it. I think it was a 12 string, and he played it the way that he would have, very similar to how he showed it originally.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, where were we on that? Anyway, yeah. So somebody look up who played bass on Fingerprint File. Let me look up that right now. Because that's the best Stones tune. Do you guys know the song at all? Anyone?
Can't say so.
Oh, it's great.
What record is that off of? I've never heard of that.
It's only rock and roll. I'm there now. Hold on. Let me just see who's credited for it. Personnel.
It's only rock and roll?
Bass guitar on song 1. Who plays on it's song 10? It's Mick Taylor.
Mm.
Oh, you know what? I must have heard Mick and thought it was Jagger.
Yeah.
It's Mick Taylor.
Yeah, I didn't think Jagger ever played bass on it.
Yeah, I know Jagger plays keyboards a little bit, but I never heard of him.
He plays guitar.
Yeah, he plays a little bit guitar. I have a picture of him playing guitar, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he wrote a lot of great songs. I mean, what's the best song on that first on Sticky Fingers? He wrote Moonlight Mile.
Fool to Cry. He wrote.
Fool to Cry is on Black and Blue, but on
okay, yeah, you're right.
On Sticky Fingers, Moonlight Mile, he wrote that song. Him and then Mick helped him out with that one.
That was one of the great records.
If you get rid of the blues songs on there that I don't care for, Sister Morphine, Short and Curly's, and there's one more that's a blues song. I can't remember the name, but I do not like it. Other than that, every song on it, Sway, Brown Sugar, all those songs are great.
Yeah, Sway's great.
Yeah, Sway's awesome. And I don't really care for the country one. What's the song on that? Now you're standing there. Dead Flowers.
Yeah, Dead Flowers.
Do not care for it. All right. What else? Musically, what else is going on? John, what's going on there at the old Bad Cat?
Bad Cat's doing good. We're in Sam Ash stores now, so people can go to Sam Ash stores and check out the new stuff.
All right.
That's pretty rad.
Nice.
You're welcome, everybody. That's all me. Mark Ford is coming to the office tomorrow, so I'm gonna go and meet Mark Ford and pretend like I know a lot of his catalog.
Who's Mark Ford?
Of course,
Mark Ford. Do you know who he is?
No. I know the name. Somebody made a pedal for him.
He's one of these guys that there's so many of these guitar players whose names I hear thrown around because they're like, oh, this guy's a total tone guy. It'd be like Mark Ford or the Landau, like those guys. And It's like, I don't know any of their music. I know none of it. I know that everybody's like, oh, Landau plays that. It's like, who cares? Name a song. I can't. But Mark Ford was the lead guitar player for the Black Crowes from I think 91 through.
Who makes his pedal? Somebody makes a pedal for him.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Oh, maybe it's BMF.
Yeah, you're right. There's a BMF pedal for him.
Yeah, okay.
Does that sound for Bad Mother?
That's who he is. I don't know anything about him other than Black Crowes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go.
Now, also, you look like you ate a chicken crust pizza today, if I'm not mistaken, just by the look of it.
I did. Okay, so we can discuss that. So I made a pizza crust out of ground chicken, freshly grated parm, and egg, and it was okay. It turned out good because I managed to get the edges crispy. So there was some texture to it, but ultimately I got to roll it out thinner because I made it pretty thin, but it ended up like you were basically eating chicken patties.
Yeah, chicken patties with. Now, what was on top of it? There was cheese and pepperoni.
Cheese and bacon. That was the
bacon.
Right. I didn't have pepperoni, so it was cheese and bacon. But now
let me ask: you've been on carnivore now for how many weeks?
Over 2, approaching 3.
And what kind of weight loss have we seen?
Not okay, so not accounting for the keto that I was doing prior to that, like 12 pounds.
Oh,
all in all,
at
for the
that.
last like 6 weeks, 18 pounds.
Yeah, but 12 pounds is for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. That's
Yeah.
great.
2.5, yeah, closing it.
Yeah.
I think tomorrow will be 3 full weeks.
That's a lot.
That's great.
I still haven't shit in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll never shit again. It's going to come out of your ears. Let me ask you this. Joe
Jimmy's
the other
taking me
day.
seriously, I love it.
What's that?
Said Jimmy's taking me seriously. I love it.
Yeah. Joe recently stumbled upon the wonders of fresh mozzarella.
Oh yeah, that's good. But I got to be careful with that, so I don't need that turning into a brick inside of me.
This is new.
Awesome when you add salt.
Well, I'm not adding salt. I'm using the garlic pepper that I got from Sam.
Right. The reason I do salt is the reason why I actually eat that cheese is just a conduit to get the salt in my body because I want to take as much salt in as I can.
Gotcha.
As I can. But Matt, how's your weight? Is I'm sure steady as.
Actually, yeah, it's dropped a little bit. I'm like 170 right now, and it's not. Yeah, not intentionally altogether. I went for the last 4 weeks. I have drank absolutely nothing but water and had nothing but meat.
So I can let everybody know, just real quickly, sidetrack. In the chat, people that are talking to Rich, he's got a Germino. Rich, also, if you have a few amps for sale, let everybody know Rich plays in that Allman Brothers band that me and Krellbaugh went and checked out. And I filmed it on this show. Rich is the guitar player that does all the slide. And yeah, Rich likes the pink Himalayan salt. I'd like the sea salt,
cool.
but both are fine.
I like the pink Himalayan salt. I have that right now. Matt,
you were saying
transition back to sea salt soon, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different minerals.
I was saying that I haven't had anything but meat and water for 4 weeks.
Ooh, really? So I'm doing. So for October, I'm doing BBB and E, just bacon, beef, butter, and eggs for 30 days to see what happens because I eat a lot of dairy, and I don't think it's bad. But my weight today is like 180.6. So it's going back down again, and I feel fantastic, and I'm super strong in the gym, so I feel great. I'm like, well, let me see what happens if I just cut dairy for 30 days, just a challenge, and I'll get back to it.
Yeah, I cut the dairy.
I want to talk about a product, folks, that we had when we were kids, and my brother and I were talking today about how when we were kids, we ate all kinds of crap, and we never got to the unhealthy level that the kids get to today. But one of those items was a product called Steakums.
Oh, God, yeah.
I knew that was where this was going because
let me just say this. Steakums are still in the stores. So I bought 2 boxes today. And I made eggs, bacon, and Steakums.
Oh, my God.
And I put cheese and salt on it. Let me tell you what the ingredients are. It's a long list of ingredients in Steakums. Okay, here we go. Beef. That's it. It is perfect. And let me tell you, when I cooked it in bacon fat, it was so greasy. And the cheese and the salt, I got to tell you, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? How am I not eating these every day? And I will.
So Steakums, I'm at the website right now. It looks like it's just thin shaved.
That's all it is.
Thin shaved beef. So it's for making like Phillies and stuff like that.
Yeah. But you melt, and literally it cooks in 30 seconds in the pan.
Yeah.
30 seconds, that thing's cooked. And then you're dumping cheese and salt on it. And I'm telling you, Rich, right? It was great. It brought me right back to high school.
What did you really think about it, though?
It was great. Yeah, no, it was good. I can't even joke with you about how good it was. It was just too good for me to make light. But when I was a kid, we used to eat Steakums, and then we'd sit there and eat a package of Oreos where the cream filling in Oreos was made of lard. We weren't putting on thousands of pounds. when we were kids, there was only a few people that were like heavy. Today, it's like a lot. It's a lot. And I only think the reason for that is because some people's constitutions don't do well in the oil, and their body just, that's how they react. Some people get heart disease, some people get, whatever. But good to see you doing the diet, Bingham. I'm glad you're on board. You and RL and RF are all on board. Good to see it. And RL went for a walk today. He's sold. He's like, he's got the clarity now, and he's thinking that it only makes sense.
Yeah, I've done a few lunches with him over the weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still very impressed at how he dropped that weight so quick. Oh man,
he still has not
everything. Not everything is great, DL.
What's that?
I built my second amp.
Ooh.
And I'm very irritated because I put all the hours and the time into doing it. The wiring is super clean. It's really good. I'm actually quite proud of how it turned out. And then I start testing, and I'm like, there's a fucking problem. And I can't find the problem anywhere on the schematic. All the wiring's good. I'm fully confident. And I notice it's working intermittently. So I'm like, okay, what's the problem? And I flip the standby switch on the amp, and it's like, and I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? So now I start testing the standby switch. Fucking standby switch is bad.
Ooh.
So you spend 10, 11 hours putting together a whole amplifier, point to point, everything, and the switch is just bad from the manufacturer. Gotta love it. So now instead of enjoying it, it's an easy fix, but I gotta wait until it's delivered now.
Where are you getting
just go over?
Where are you getting these kits from, John?
Just Mojo Tone.
Oh, okay.
John, don't they sell that kind of thing up the street? What was the name of that electronics shop up the street there in Culver City?
Oh, I don't know.
They used to do all the repair work on everything.
Oh, you're talking about shit, I can't remember the name of it.
Remember on Little
Buns Electronics or something like that?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
ABC maybe?
I don't know, but it's got those stupid light up rocker switches like the JCM 800.
Rich Dooley lost 18 pounds. Congrats, Rich.
Nice job.
It's excellent.
I got a question for Bingham.
Sure.
Ooh.
How are things in LA right now?
In terms of?
Just the whole atmosphere, the homeless thing,
It's been the same for like 6-7 years.
So, well, I've been gone for 2 years, so.
Yeah, it's like it was when you were there. It's just pervasive.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
No, nothing will change because everybody here votes like they're goddamn retarded.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that offensive to people in the chat?
And if it is,
we don't care about offending the chat.
You're the ones that probably voted for all this.
They're fucking programmed like fucking
sheep.
Yeah, it's.
I was going to use another word.
I can never. I know you're not supposed to say the R word. Goddamn's okay and fucking's good, but you're not.
That's the word I was not trying to say. The R word.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say it.
Oh, Rich, you're talking about you do it. No, John's out in LA. This is up in Culver City. It was called like I forget, something electronics. It was on Little La. Is there a Little La Cienega?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's on La Cienega, and it's on the right side as you're coming down the hill.
Yeah, but it's that Little La Cienega. It's that little cut street.
It's old. It's called Old La Cienega.
All right, old. Right, I can't remember. Little old, whatever.
Little old La Cienega.
Let's see. I'm going to Yelp. We're gonna get this name.
Jimmy, what part of the city are you living in?
Mar Vista.
East Hollywood.
East Hollywood. And you're in Mar Vista, Bingham?
Yeah.
Wait, you moved, Jimmy? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were still on. Was it Venice before?
Yeah, I was on Spad in Venice.
Yeah, you were right by the old
right down the street from Bingham.
No, I know. What was the name of that nightclub? Saints and Sinners?
Yes.
Yeah, that's gone, right?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while.
That's too bad. That place was decent.
Was it?
It was right across the street from it.
Yeah. Well, not really. It was like 5 blocks away.
It's 5 blocks.
Yeah. It was like a little.
Oh,
bit
you know what? It was near Kovar.
Yeah, Kovar lived right across the street from me, but more towards the beach, like a little bit more towards, like a block.
Right.
Down.
He was closer to that. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
All right, Rich. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Yeah, that's crazy. So wait, you're in East Hollywood. What street are you on?
I'm on Vernon, or Commonwealth, and Melrose. It's parallel to Vernon.
Oh, okay.
It's about a half mile from Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you, like 2 miles from Guitar Center up there? Guitar Center, Hollywood.
It's like
that.
5 miles. I ride my bike there all the time.
If you take Vermont north, do you end up in Los Feliz?
Yes.
What's that Italian joint right before you get to the Greek?
Something with a V.
Begins with a P. That's a cop restaurant. They're all cops who eat there. It's a good place to hang out.
Cop food.
Folks, got to make some room.
When's the last time you were in LA?
Coming in. Hey.
19 or 20? 19.
The Brady Bunch.
Yeah. So I because the Greek Theater was my favorite venue in LA to see a show, and it's like a Palermo.
Yeah. Yep.
Palermo. That's up the street from you, right? Yeah.
Yes.
God, I used to love the calamari there. I used to hang there. Yeah, I liked Palermo.
That's the cop one.
Yeah. I have a couple of buddies that are LAPD, and when anytime it was time to eat, they're like, "Let's go to Palermo."
Nice.
That was
Do they serve donuts for dessert?
No. You know what's funny when they sit there and say that cops love donuts? You know who else likes donuts? Everybody.
Everyone on earth.
Yeah.
Peter Griffin likes donuts.
Well, it's not so much the donuts
Homer
themselves.
likes donuts.
It's that you always see the cop cars at the donut shops. So that's why
Right.
people,
And that's just because they're 24 hours and
they
they're getting coffee, they're gonna work. When it's like if you're gonna go talk to somebody, you may as well talk to somebody who's awake.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you might as well talk to somebody who's making donuts.
Right.
Time to make the donuts.
Yeah. Time to make the donuts.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. What else? Krell, what have you got for this conversation? Krell, did you watch any of the show while you were setting up your computer? Because
no, I wasn't. My browser was all screwed up.
Okay. Because I'm very suspect that it was you that brought up that Ian Gillan at one point was a show tunes guy.
Yeah, he was in Hair. Jesus Christ Superstar.
Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah. No. Anyways, I went on a whole tirade how I think all of Richie Blackmore's stuff has jazz hands. But anyways, let's move away from that. And that we've Mexicali Maggie. That's your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Iron Man.
Hey, Maggie. Shout out to Thus Love, the greatest band in Vermont. And Mexicali Maggie, the greatest ever.
Jeez, I thought it was Fish.
Cherry Pocahontas is the greatest ever. Maggie is close second.
You know what we should do? We should ask Dave Levine to show us that PRS that's sitting behind him.
Yeah, that's right.
I am curious.
Earlier this week.
Especially since he does not like PRS guitars.
Yeah, I know. And when he sent me the picture, I said, I thought you didn't like the necks on that.
I don't. Hold on, I gotta untangle. Here we go.
Let's jam.
So this is a custom 22, which I thought was very strange because it has birds and it's from 97. I didn't think these had birds. I didn't think they had birds on.
Why do you have it?
Somebody made a trade with me for a guitar that I was selling. And I said, well, it'll be easier to sell your guitar than mine. He wanted my guitar. I wanted money. So I'm like, well, I'll.
There you go. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's the Bingham way to work. You just keep trading up until you get what you want.
Yeah, you can trade a paper clip to a guitar eventually.
That's what color is it? Red or is it like root beer? I can't tell.
It's red.
Okay.
Make yourself full screen.
And it's yeah. So
that's why you're here, Joe. Help me. I'm not that bright. Hold on. Here we go.
It's a 97. So yeah,
this
that
is
would
19.
Yeah, all the custom 22 and 24 had birds. It's the
they did?
The CEs did not have birds.
Okay.
CE22, CE24.
And those had the bolt-ons, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And you could get the birds as an option, but I think a lot of people
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought it was an option. Anyway. I thought it wasn't on this. Anyways, it has the man-made bridge, which I have on one of my Strats, which I like. Yeah. And I tightened the thing a little bit so it's not so swingy.
Yeah.
It also has these pickups are called the Dragon something pickups.
Yeah.
He changed the pickups to these Dragon pickups. I guess these are like one of the more expensive pickups. I don't know anything about them. Anyone
Dragon pickups?
As long as the sound.
I said, yeah, they're dragging my ass. Anyways, and then this originally had a 5-way.
Okay.
Which I have in the case. I have all the original stuff in the case, but he hates the 5-way, and so he had this put on, right?
Right.
And then this does the splitting.
Okay.
The tap, whatever it is.
What's the back look like?
Back's black.
Okay. Let me see.
Oh, it looks like a nice guitar. It's in great condition.
I mean, it plays great.
You can play all your favorite hits from the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice playing guitar.
Yeah, sure.
And what did you trade him for?
Rectifier, and you got the sound of the 90s.
What did you trade him for it?
I had 2 Strats I was selling.
Oh, you say that you traded 2 for 1?
I did. Two American Strat. I mean, this one here, these go for anywhere from like 25 to 3 on the used market. And I figured my Strats were I looked more like what I had into them, which wasn't much. So,
were your Strats Warmoth?
No, they were real Strats.
Okay.
The Honey Blonde was the one that came with us with all the bad switches and everything. And,
yeah, okay, I remember that.
Yeah,
and you put the Charlie Christian pickups in that, right?
I put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the black one was just I got it from Fender Direct as a blowout because they had discontinued that model. They had a brand new one, the 2010. So they gave me, I got it at a smoking deal.
Nice.
So anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that's a win on your behalf.
Yeah. I said to him, I said, it's a win for you and a win for me. Because either I'll keep this and play with it for a little bit. If I ended up keeping this, I would get the frets redone. Because it's a great playing guitar. I don't have any. What?
Are they just a tad too small or what?
They're low.
Yeah.
They're like
stainless?
No, but that's what I would go with.
Yeah. You mean like the ones on my Ibanez, my Japanese Ibanez, that are permanent, they never wear out.
Yeah, every one of my guitars has stainless.
Yeah, I can't. I will never get another guitar without stainless again.
Yeah.
We got a $150 guitar back there with stainless steel frets.
That's
I want to talk to you about that, Crowbar. I want to get one, like a nice Telecaster with stainless. You know. Maybe if you could send me a link or something.
The Leo James. I don't think they have the flame maple ones. I think you're gonna get stuck with like a sparkle one, and it has more like.
I think you can get them for like 300.
Yeah.
From Krellbar. Do you see Krellbar? I just doubled your money.
Yeah. Thank you. What cut are you taking?
Damn.
I bought it for 150. It's yours for 3.
Holy shit! What a deal.
Still worth it. It played great. Eric
You know what I
Johnson
need
might
to
be
do?
able to
Way out of the box,
300.
Well, you guys are all buying $300 guitars. I'm going to try and sell my Mesa Mark 525. I got that little Mark 525 head. I'm gonna put the money into a bunch of parts and build some more amps. But I want to get rid of that because I'm not going to use it.
And how much are you asking for it?
I did $1,200 for it.
All right, folks. First $1,200 in the chat. They get a new amp.
Yeah, cheaper than you'll see it on Reverb or anything. It's mint, dead mint.
It's a 25. Is it a 25 watt?
Yeah, have you seen that Mark 525?
It's a small head.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
loud enough to gig, and it weighs about 8 pounds. It's literally incredible for that sort of thing.
I'm just looking, see what they have for the Leo James in here. It's gone up to like 169, 179.
Forget it. Deals off.
But the one I bought, someone's selling used on their eBay for $350.
See that thing?
Of course.
Little baby size guy.
Somebody will buy it. Yeah, that's a great amp.
Make them full screen.
It's real.
Thank you, Joe. Hold on, one more time, John. I get your full screen. Oh, that's me. Hold on.
The Mesa Boogie.
God.
It's a whole mess of boogies.
It's gone already.
Cool.
Hold on. Okay, let's see. I don't even know what I'm doing. Hold it up. Let me get you in the big screen.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, you know what it is? It's not me. It's StreamYard going slow. All right, excellent. That looks good. It's 25. You guys comes with an EQ in the back.
No, it's got on the back. It's got
No, I mean like in the back of this. Like it's after the gain stages.
Oh yeah, typical Boogie Mark series setup. So it's 2 channels with 3 modes per channel, and you can assign the EQ to be on or off or foot switchable for each channel. Wow. And then on top of that, one of the things that's really cool is it's got a built-in load and cabinet cloning. So you can run it without a speaker cabinet and like direct record with it.
Oh, right. So it for the transformer there, right? The output transformer.
Yeah, you won't blow your transformer.
Yeah.
Or you won't blow your tranny.
Exactly. Folks, we try to tell you here all the time. Stop blowing trannies.
Unbelievable.
All right. It's a nice amp there for sale. Yeah.
What are you selling that for, Bingham?
$1,200.
Gotta go.
Not bad.
We're gonna buy some parts and build some more modded Marshalls.
Now you sold your tranny amp, if I recall.
I did, yes.
And then what other amps are you still holding on to? You still have the
I'm gonna get rid of all of them.
What was the other one? Is my question. I can't remember. Is it a Marshall or is it a?
What do I still have? I still have a Buddha Super Drive 45.
People, how does he still have that?
Because I've spent 0 time pushing any of this.
They're very good amps. Very good amps.
Yeah, Super Drive 45, and it's pre-PV. It's one of the original ones. It's killer.
Yeah,
sounds great. I'm not in a rush to sell anything, so it's like whatever. But if you do want a good one, I got that one, and then I've got the EVH 5150 100 watt.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, 5150.
Fuck, that thing kills too. It sounds incredible.
Set the head
great amp. I don't need to sell any of them, but like my sound, what I identify as my sound these days is, it's what I built. That modded Marshall sort of thing. It's just always been what I've chased and liked, and now I can voice it to exactly what I want because I'm figuring all that out. So the last one that I built, I just built the one to the Jakey Lee spec. So it's really cool. It's solid state rectified instead of tube rectified, so it's stiffer and punchier, like a 2204.
Stiffer or thinner?
No, it's definitely. You know what was really funny about it? When it was first built, I was like, "Holy shit, this is bright! It's insanely bright when you build it to the Jake spec." So I immediately clipped out the bright cap. I was like, "That's not going to live like that." But it sounds great. But what was really interesting about it, and folks, this is why all of the tube amp stuff and everybody chasing tone and being like, oh, is it point to point or is it PC board? None of this shit matters. Because both of the amps I built were both point to point completely. They're all using the same parts and transformers, and they sound completely different. And it's not because one's a PC board or this or that.
Tolerances.
It has everything to do with the components that are in there. And this one has 100K resistor, which is driving the gain of the first tube. And the other one that I built has a 220K. Now, if you read online, people will say, oh, the 100K is the more traditional value. The 220 will give you more gain. I can't tell a difference. The Jakey Lee one, to me, sounds like it has more gain than the other one. But the other one feels more compressed. So is it more gain or is it more compression? I don't fucking know. All I know is sounds killer.
Well, next week, we have a gentleman who's coming on the show, Steve Rosen. He wrote a book called Tone Chaser.
He did.
Now, one thing I want to discuss, not really with him because he's not really a guitar player. Did Eddie's tone improve over time or did it go downhill?
Actually, Steve is a guitar player, Dave.
Oh, he is. I can't. I don't know.
Well, I actually read Tone Chaser, so I
okay. So he plays
next
guitar.
week he comes on. Oh, well, you're not a guitar player, so I'm not going to ask you this question.
No, he actually did play, and he played with Eddie in Eddie's studio. I mean, he's.
Oh, okay. So again, I don't know these things, but it wasn't really the point of that. But I was going to say, did his tone improve? I really want to ask you guys, did his tone improve?
Oh no,
it changed.
The Hager albums were.
Well, there's no question, Krellbach, that it changed. That's like, thanks for telling me that red and green are two different colors. Yeah, we know it changed. We're saying, did it get better?
No.
Did it get worse?
No, it got worse.
What happens is the principle of leave well enough alone and don't fix what's not broken always gets forgotten.
Well, here's the thing. Could he have done all the Sammy Hagar stuff with that old sound and still make it poppy? Because he used a lot more chorus and
it sounds like shit.
And...
Here's a question. What album do you think is the quintessential best Eddie tone?
The best?
Anything
I think
on
it's
the
one,
first
huh?
four.
I don't.
I'm thinking.
I take one right out immediately because the phase is all over everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Fair Warning.
Thank you. 100% it's Fair Warning, guys. It's not even this was a trick question. I already know the answer.
Your
boy
wrong.
Conversation is over.
Your boy Dave Friedman says it's Van Halen 2.
Ooh.
Well, Dead or Alive is
2 is better than 1.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of basically I think everything up to Fair Warning probably. What's that? 77, 78 and 80? Is that what those years are?
78 was number one.
78.
81 is Fair
was
Warning.
81.
Okay.
No, that was 80.
Dive It Down.
What's 80 is Women and Children
81
first.
81 was Diver Down, I think.
No,
81
is
is Fair Warning.
82 is Dive It Down. 81 is Fair
Okay.
Warning. 80s.
So the first three records, I don't mind the phaser. I think it's unique, but
it is, but it muddies the tone, whereas his tone on like Light Up the Sky or Bottoms Up is just so, or Women in Love, it's vicious.
Yeah.
Whereas, and Women and Children First, I think his tone is just, I will admit, it's not as great on that album because to me, it almost sounds like the amp is just decked and it's like doesn't have that special sauce. Fair Warning, even though I think it's my favorite album, but Fair Warning, you got Mean Streets, Dirty Movies, Sinner's Swing, and Hear About It Later. Even though Hear About It Later has that flange on it, there's something about that tone that sounds fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's what's funny. Someone posted a thing on YouTube and it was like songs that Van Halen hated, his own songs. And one of them is Standing on Top of the World.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. and I always think Eddie hates songs that I feel like are very direct ripoffs of other songs, and he wants to kind of distance himself from it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he borrowed that riff when he was messing with it from a song called Falling in Love by the Scorpions. Do you guys know the song? It's on the Animal Magnetism album, 1980. Guys, feel free to just look up Falling in Love for 1 second. It's in the first second of the song. And it's the exact same riff that he's playing in Jump. Over the outro guitar there. Let me know if you guys hear it. I'm falling in love.
Pulling it up right now because I'm curious.
Oh,
Falling in Love by the Scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's similar.
Same.
Yeah. Oh, only Eddie used double stops. Yeah. That doesn't sound like
the point of the matter is, if you heard that, you were like,
the
"Oh, I
rhythm
like
and-
it," and then he tries to mess around with it, and then Sammy's like, "Oh, I want to write a song with that."
It's a
that's
Scorpions
why
riff.
it sounds like to me, it sounds the exact same. Just Eddie plays with Eddie's flair, but it's almost the same riff. Just like I think, what's the song? Senorita Ramen Shop? Little Guitars.
Little Guitars.
Yeah.
To me, sounds
the
like
Who.
Won't Get Fooled Again.
Yeah, the keyboard part.
Yeah, Eddie playing the keyboard part.
Yeah.
But like, and I always think
he's got quite a few songs though where like the rhythm is like 8 notes that he's just plucking out. Where he's not picking, but he's plucking.
And
I
which
think
one?
that's what's going on. Isn't that what's going on in Little Guitars?
Right. Well, he's imitating what the keyboard's doing.
Right, but he's doing the plucking thing.
Yeah, because a keyboard's doing it with a couple of notes.
Yeah,
and
right.
he's just picking the intervals you need to
Exactly.
exactly.
But isn't he doing that same sort of plucking thing in the verses of Standing on Top of the World? I don't know.
It sounds more like Falling in Love to me. He could be, but it's the same riff. I mean, it's the same thing. Dun dun dun, major 7, dun 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 6, dun 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 dun.
Yeah, it sounds like he's
5,
picking
dun, dun.
double stops.
I hate that word.
It's
Double
still not
stops.
as good.
It's 2 fucking notes. Why do they?
Yeah.
Oh, double stops. They say the
Dyads.
word double stops. It's 2
Dyads.
notes. Yeah, dyads, whatever. But I mean, I love when these guys like. There's one guy. He teaches. He does a lot of guitar lessons, and I haven't seen him in years, but he used to be on. He talks like this, and he's like, "Oh, this one has a double stop going here." And I'm like, "Just say the fucking. It's got 2 notes, you dickhead."
He's a
double
very
stop.
lively teacher.
Oh yeah, the guy. Yeah, literally the guy. He was like the fucking. What's the guy's name that does the painting?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
He's the Bob Ross of guitar lessons. This guy.
A little
Yeah,
happy,
you can't even make
happy,
it into 2
happy
minutes.
little double stop.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we got a happy double stop over here. We're just gonna have it. Don't tell anybody. We're gonna put it right here.
What I used to like about Bob Ross is he'd be all silent stuff, and every now and then he'd just whack the fuck out of that brush loud as hell.
Folks, let me just introduce everybody to the hipster John Bingham. Everybody, the hipster John.
Exactly. Got myself
I'm making it big.
Well,
Dan Electro.
You really can't see the color too well because the light is washing it out, but it's very much like a sonic
House,
boom.
right?
Oh,
Wow.
I found out. Yeah.
You are a hipster.
But the we like
Sounds
our
like
AC/DC
it sounds like
with
the
that.
beginning of
Yeah.
Jumping Jack Flash when you played that chord. Play that chord again.
Oh, John, I'm going to flip you out how to play that.
It's
No. Nope. It's the 11th fret of the 3rd and first string.
of the 3rd and 1st string.
Yes, and the B in the middle is open.
Oh,
You talking about for those about to
There
rock?
you go. Yeah.
does he actually pick it? I thought he was always plucking it.
Plucking it. No, he's on the record, he's like, it's like, hold on, let me just show you. So he's doing it like this. Because I was listening to it, I watched a guy give a lesson on it. I'm like, that's not right. So then I went back and watched, he plays like this.
Make yourself full screen.
Oh, gotcha. So he's keeping that 11th fret, that F sharp note pinned down.
Yeah, hold on. You got it. So let me make you big. Subtract. There you go.
Oh, that's funny. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to put the pick down and do that whole thing. But
yeah, totally. But you can hear it as soon as you play it that way. Because, like I said, I watched a guy teach it. He was teaching it like it was a beat, like a D chord B.
Yeah.
Like he was teaching with and I'm listening to it, going, "That's not right." I'm like, I wanted to see someone play because I wanted to hear what the hell they were doing. And then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to go back to 1981." I caught some live show of Angus, and then I see his fingers, and I'm like, that B string is open.
Wow. Hey, did anybody watch the Rick Beato interview of the
Kirk Hammett
Pantera lineup?
Oh no.
He interviewed. It came out yesterday. He's interviewing. It's Charlie from Anthrax, Zakk Wylde, and Rex. You know, the original bass player from Pantera. What I found very interesting is that Rex cited Tres Hombres as being the greatest record ever.
You know where I am on Tres Hombres.
You love Tres Hombres. It makes some sense to me because Pantera is completely a Texas band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were talking about. He was talking about.
It's a perfect album.
Yeah.
There's not a bad song on it. It's a perfect record.
Yeah. Hot Blue and Righteous.
Hot Blue and Have You Heard? Have you heard? And down. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Love that album. Rick Beato, I never watch, but he's been on and he has Kirk Hammett on in these interviews. And I'm like, what the hell could Kirk Hammett probably say that I would give two fucks about? I don't understand.
What'd you learn?
Did anyone watch it?
I watched part of it. I couldn't get through the whole thing.
I can't stand Kirk Hammett.
I try not to watch anything with Kirk Hammett.
All right, so we're all on the same page. We're not Kirk Hammett fans here. Yeah, I just wouldn't care less. Hannah Baum, Rio Grande Mud is excellent. The first album is excellent. Fandango is excellent. But there's something about, there's a magic when that album opens with Waiting for the Bus and then goes into Jesus Just Left Chicago, Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, Hot Blue and Righteous, Have You Heard, LaGrange. It is an assault. And his tone is flawless on that record. And I look at that album as the blueprint to Van Halen. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I do, anyway. Because it's a lot of the same.
He was more of a Clapton guy.
Exactly. Clapton.
I knew he was going to say that.
You're more of a Judas Priest guy.
Right.
Well, that's something. No, Dave, that's something we can bring up with Steve Rosen, because in his book he talks about introducing Eddie to Billy Gibbons.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
and then he Billy takes Eddie and back in some room and leaves Steve hanging out there by himself.
Right. And gives him a guitar, right?
The Chiquita guitar he was going to give to Steve, he gives it to Eddie, and Steve's like, that was going to be my guitar, man.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely talk about that. Yeah. And I'm hoping to get Vito Bratta on here some point so we can find out how he really picked all those licks off of KK Downing. KK Downing.
What are you talking about?
KK
that's what his claim.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't really a Van Halen guy. I was more into KK Downing.
Oh, bullshit.
Oh, really?
Maybe he was, but not as far as his guitar playing.
The tapping wizardry of KK Downing.
Yeah, really.
I like KK. Great.
And the whammy bar excellence of KK Downing.
But nothing to do with what White Lion did. By the way, White Lion, I guess their singer was he's foreign. What was he from?
Yeah, he was from
I think he's Brazilian, isn't he?
No, he was Finland, I think.
No, he's not Brazilian. He's either Swedish.
He's in Scandinavia. I think he's Finland or what's the other country?
Iceland.
It's Finland, Sweden.
He's not Norwegian.
Iceland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Norwegian wood.
I want to say he's Finnish. He's finished.
I was more a fan of
natural
Nick
finish.
Drowning.
He's
Danish.
a natural finish, right?
He was Danish.
He's a Danish
Oh,
cream
okay.
puff.
I got every country except fucking Denmark.
Hey, they got Danish over there. I got to get a Danish for Bell.
They just call them pastries, right?
That's what Maurice says before they whack him in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just in case you guys didn't know. Anyway, so this guy, his name is Michael something. He's got a fake name, but he talks a lot about Van Halen. They were Van Halen fanboys.
Yeah,
he
Mike
was driving them
was,
around in a limo back in wherever the hell they were from. But either way, that's another band, White Lion. White Lion, Kicks. Let's see, what other? Keel.
Oh, come on.
Remember
White
Keel?
Lion was better than Kicks.
Keel was on MTV's Most Unmetal Moments when the singer Ron Keel, I'm ashamed to even know his first name, Ron Keel, did Country Excursion, and he was on MTV's Most Unmetal Moments. Little trivia for you.
Okay, who's worse? I'm going to just try to find the worst band of all time. In the 80s, Kicks or White Lion? Joe, I'll go with you because I already heard your opinion.
Kicks is worse.
Everybody?
Kicks is worse.
Okay, Kicks is worse. How about Kicks or Vinnie Vincent Invasion?
Vinnie Vincent is worse.
I can't say I've heard any music by either one of them.
Good.
Vinnie Vincent better musicianship, but it's more.
I've heard 30 seconds of each, Matt.
Those two albums were good.
Who?
Vinnie
You can melt
Vincent.
them into guitar picks, and they would make good guitar picks.
Back on the Streets wasn't a bad song. That's about it. That's
Right. They did the soundtrack for one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. They had a song on there.
What do you think the
that's a
most
claim to
iconic
fame.
guitar playing wear is? Do you think it's Eddie Van Halen's red and white jumpsuit or Vinnie Vincent's pantsuit that he seemed to borrow from Hillary Clinton?
The most iconic would be, I would say, Jimmy Page's dragon suit. That black with the dragon.
Yes.
Yeah. Even the
100%.
white with the dragon was good.
100%. No, the black one with the dragon.
I think it's the Colonel's bucket on top of Buckethead.
He's a
You guys are
phenom.
all wrong.
Oh
The
my God.
greatest rock and
Big
roll
one.
outfit of all time is Elvis 68 comeback special.
the
that
leather
white-
jacket,
the white
leather
sparkly
pants.
jumpsuit.
The leather pants, the leather jacket. Shit, I'd have been gay that night.
I was
Here
literally-
all week, folks.
I was literally about to say, hold my beer, I'm going gay.
Yeah. Schmidt's gay.
It's going to be a good summer.
I'm a little disappointed nobody picked up on my love for Nikki Downing when you guys were talking about KK Downing. I'm not
don't
sure
know
if
Nikki
it's just
Downing.
it's
Who is
Shawnee
Nikki?
Smith from Who's Harry Crumb.
It was
a
I
deep
used to
hole.
like Shawnee Smith.
That's hot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right
She
now,
used
you
to play
find
a
that
good
crazy
psycho, too.
typewriter. You got your man.
That's right.
Yeah, she was also Amanda in Saw.
Oh,
I'd like to meet Elliot Dreesen. He's your boss, isn't he? Ah, yeah.
She was in that
Who's
movie,
Harry
Summer
Crumb, by the way, guys? If you aren't familiar with the genius of John Candy in that movie, you really are missing out.
Armed and Dangerous. Armed and Dangerous, you got to remember.
oh, Armed
Brilliant.
and Dangerous. Great.
Yeah,
That's a
planes,
good
But
trains,
Who's
and
Harry Crumb
automobiles.
has some bits in it.
I like.
I know
Uncle
something
Buck,
you
too.
guys will never figure out. You find that crazy typewriter, you got your man.
Favorite
You're an idiot.
Shawnee Smith movie. Go.
Favorite Shawnee Smith movie? Oh,
Summer
geez.
School.
Summer
No.
School.
Yeah, that
For
has to
me,
be it.
the Blob remake in 1988.
With
Wait, was she
Matt
in
Damon's
Summer
brother,
School, or was that
Kevin
Courtney?
Yeah, she was in. No, she was in Summer School.
She was.
Courtney Thorne Smith was in it, but I think Shawnee Smith was in it too. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, what's
Looking
I'm
it up
almost
right now.
positive.
All right, you guys ever see a movie called Private School?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Of
Betsy
Nicholas Sparks.
Russell or Phoebe Cates?
That's it.
Oh.
I know we
Wait,
got
wait,
this.
what's the
before, it's
question?
like-
What's the question?
Who was hotter? Betsy Russell.
Let me look them up.
Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, Shawnee
Phoebe
Smith
Cates.
confirmed to be in Summer School. I was not wrong. Okay.
Shawnee Smith, was it? Really?
Yeah, she's in it. Okay.
She played the pregnant one, right?
Boy, oh boy. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't comment on it, but I do know that Phoebe Cates is a hard one to beat.
Yes, I agree.
What year was this movie?
1980.
Just look up, just type in Betsy Russell summer private school, and it should have a picture from the movie.
That's
not the movie where she swallows
83.
carrots. Oh no, that was Fast Times at Ridgemont
No, that's
High.
Fast Times.
I just watched Fast Times a couple of weeks ago.
good Lord. That's a hard choice, there, Dave.
I just heard that Pat Travers song today.
Which one? Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
It's the best.
You know, when I first heard that in a movie, that sounded like a song that Roger Daltrey could have sung.
It's in Valley Girl.
Singing. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm still waiting for my answer. I will go on the record and say Betsy Russell.
I'm gonna go opposed to you with.
I couldn't argue. I'm whatever your choice is, I could argue for it, as you would say.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm a selfish son of a bitch. I'll take them both.
Oh, I'm with John. I'm a Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe Cates.
Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe's great. Does anyone knock anymore? Yeah, I mean, Hamilton. Way to go, Hamilton. Great
That was
stuff.
my skull.
How big a douchebag is Sean Penn? Go.
Yeah,
Fuck
huge.
that motherfucker.
Yes. Oh, dude.
He really is a shithead.
Fast Times. My mother loves Spicoli's character. She loves Sean Penn, but movies after that, she's like, what an asshole that guy is.
Yeah,
But he just sucks.
I think Madonna screwed him up.
No, he's just a dick.
He was a
He's
little-
he's
because
just
he is a fucking.
he's just an
He
angry
was good.
little
He
dude.
was good in
Santa
Bad
Monica
Boys, though.
fucking far fucking left liberal.
Bad Boys with Isai Morales and
That's a
White-
great movie.
Clancy Brown. Yeah.
I like
Is that where he
Great
put the soap in the sock in the pillowcase? And
No,
beat the shit
soda
out of it?
can.
It
Yeah,
was
soda
big
cans.
soda
Soda
cans.
cans.
And when
That was
when
another
the
movie with soap.
is the guy puts the
Hey.
booger in his mashed potatoes or what?
Yeah, Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
Hey, if you lip shits, what does your asshole do? Ah, great movie. You guys see, I think you guys remember the movie Real Genius?
Oh
Yes.
Sure.
Did
Yeah,
I just see
Val Kilmer.
that Gabe, the lead who played Mitch in the movie,
The
was
young
brought
kid.
up on some charges of something? Could somebody find that out for me? I saw him
That
in
was the other day. He's a pedophile. He got caught in a pedophile sting.
I played pool with him one night at a place on. You guys remember the place on Wilshire Boulevard called like JP's? I think it's called. It's the bar right across from the Mexican restaurant. I was shooting pool in there one day with him, and I looked at him and I said, "Are you an actor?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You were in fucking Real Genius." He's like, "That was 20 years ago. How the fuck did you pick?" And I was like, "You look the same to me." And then we talked about what a great guy. Who plays the dickhead in that movie? William
Defoe.
No,
he's also
the teacher.
he's also the dickhead in Die Hard. He's the dickhead in Ghostbusters.
He's the dickhead in everything, that fucking guy.
Right.
Hold
So
on.
I assumed he has to be the greatest guy because they cast him as, and he was telling me the guy is the greatest shit.
Is it
William
William
something.
Atherton?
William Atherton.
Yes.
Thank you so much. He's fucking awesome.
Did you know that your boy John Grease is in Real Genius?
Of course, he plays.
He's Laszlo.
He's the guy living.
Laszlo.
Yeah, Laszlo.
Oh, that's so wild. I haven't seen the movie in so long.
Uncle Rico.
It's a
Oh, you
great
gotta
fucking
see it.
movie.
It's fantastic.
Great fucking movie.
I love
So,
when.
yeah, by the way, there is a confirmation that Gabriel Jarrett has been caught sending inappropriate text messages to a
there's a
13-year-old
sting that
girl.
can catch this guy, but they still haven't got Epstein's list.
Yeah.
So when you said to him, "Hey, aren't you an actor?" He goes, "But I'm so much more. I'm a pedophile."
Right.
That's a great
You ever see that bit where Norm Macdonald's talking to Jerry Seinfeld about the rapists, and Norm's talking about what's his face? Who's that chubby little comedian? He does all the nerd comedy. I can't think of who it is. Norm's talking to Jerry about Bill Cosby, and he's like, "You think this is going to wreck his career?" And they're like, "Yeah, of course." And he goes, yeah, I was talking to this other comedian. He said, the worst thing about Bill Cosby is the hypocrisy. And Norm goes, I disagree. I think it's the raping.
Yeah.
Right.
And have you seen that bit though?
I did. Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, you should watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Norm's great. He was great.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Sure was.
Hey guys, I got to call it a night early. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on there. All right,
Yeah,
Matt. We'll see you next week.
I will be here.
Matt.
All right, guys.
All right, excellent.
Take care. All right.
See you, Matt.
There's more room in here now.
I can got some elbow room here. All of a sudden, it got quiet.
No, I was reading the chat. I had an. I'll go with Jane Russell in her prime. I think you guys are underestimating Betsy Russell, and I'm surprised my brother's not here because he would have definitely piped in if I brought up Betsy Russell.
Oh, the reason is because she wasn't really a heavy lead in there, so she was easily forgotten. But no, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, I know it was.
So it's
if you've seen the movie when me and Richard were kids, and that movie came out and we saw it, we were like, "Who the hell's going with Phoebe? This girl's way hotter." Manhunter.
Tom Noonan and Manhunter.
I remember that.
Oh yeah, that was basically Red Dragon, but it's like
Yeah.
before Red Dragon.
Right.
And Brian
mean
Cox
Hannibal
played
Lecter?
Hannibal Lecter. Yeah, Brian Cox.
I love Brian
William
Cox.
Peterson played what's his face there, the agent.
Right. You know what you look like to me with your cheap bag and your good shoes? You look like a rube. A well-scrubbed hustling rube with little taste. Good nutrition's giving you some length of bone, but you're nothing more than one generation from pure white trash.
That's good.
And what about the sticky fumblings in the backseat of
In
cars?
the backseat of your father's car.
Gotta get away. Gotta get all the way to the FBI.
I like.
Oh, I missed the part. And what of your father? Did he stink of the lamp? And all those sticky fumblings in the back seats of cars. Gotta get away.
About when he
all the way to the FBI.
when he goes,
by the way,
you wear
let me
Chanel
just
number
mention this,
5,
guys.
but not
Me and my brother had another conversation today because I was talking about some of the greatest sci-fi movies. And there's a sci-fi movie comedy that I think is one of the greatest films of all time. And I said to him, one of the leads in this film should have gotten the Oscar. And you can look at his performance and then go look at Dustin Hoffman's performance in Rain Man. And I'd be like, way harder to do what this guy did. Just imagine you got 50 fucking guys around you, lights, cameras, and you're going to walk up going, our planet needs your help. Galaxy Quest, anybody?
Galaxy Quest.
The greatest movie ever.
The brilliance there.
You do deception? But if you ever seen the guy talk, he plays, if you guys remember the show Persons of Interest, he plays like a mafia boss in that. And he uses his normal voice. And I'm watching the guy in that show going, this fucking guy's a wizard. A wizard, because how the hell do you sit there going,
went from
and
that
walk, and he's like, we would like to watch. However he came up with that voice and character, fuck you, Dustin Hoffman. Rain Man's oak. My daddy liked to drive up and down the driveway. Yeah, that's great, Dustin. Yeah, we got it. It's a take. Can we go back to this guy? This fucking guy's gold.
Funny thing is, I was never a big Star Trek fan, but now that's the spoof of Star Trek, and that's one of my favorite movies.
That's it. Enrico Colantoni, right? And playing a mafia guy, the guy was fucking great. He's like a tough. When you see what the guy normally talks like, you're like, this was the guy that plays the fucking alien and gal.
This guy was in Just Shoot Me, I think.
Yes,
with David Spade.
That's correct. He was.
Yeah. No, that's a great call. Galaxy Quest is funny.
Oh, it's really great.
Tim Allen is the lead. That's
underrated movie.
It's
they
great.
Slipped
And
that
it's
F-bomb in there.
What's that?
They slipped that F-bomb in there. That's like
I love when he's fighting the rock monster.
Yeah.
And Alan Rickman goes, I noticed you managed to get your shirt off. Like he's all they're all pissed off about the side personality things. Forget about their lives are all at risk. They're being so petty about everything. It's fucking great.
That's really funny. Tony Shalhoub's in it.
Oh, he's great.
Shalhoub is good in everything.
Sigourney Weaver,
Tony
Justin
Shalhoub
Long.
is awesome. I love him in Monk.
Rockwell.
Alan Rickman.
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell's great too.
Yeah. Oh, Alan Rickman's awesome. The movies, if you haven't seen the movie, folks, Galaxy Quest is probably one of the greats. It really is just a fun movie, but a great movie.
Tony Shalhoub.
I'm going to throw another one in there that has way more of a.
Hold on one second. Let me just answer one question. Jamie Fisher, the first song we played was a Depeche Mode song called Enjoy the Silence. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, here's another underrated movie, and you can criticize me if you want, but it's got an ensemble cast, and you'd never know it.
Oh, I know
Joe
it.
Dirt.
Oh, Joe Dirt's
Joe
great.
Dirt.
I don't know if
it's so funny.
I never actually sat through the whole thing.
Hey, Joe Dirt, Def Leppard sucks.
And what's that blonde girl's name in that?
I don't remember. I don't remember her name, but she's incredible in that.
No, what was it?
No, but you've got, what is it? Roseanne Arquette, Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah, it's great. I mean,
your boy
I put Joe Dirt in the category of the. It's I don't even know if it is,
Brittany
but
Daniel.
Brittany Daniel.
That's what it was.
Yeah, I love Brittany Daniel. She's great in Club Dread.
She was good in the movie White Girls too.
Yes.
Brian Thompson as Buffalo Bob.
Oh, he was awesome.
Joe Dirt is great. Let me tell you what else is great.
It
like
puts
Joe
the
Dirt.
lotion on its skin.
Bench warmers. And Grandma's Boy.
Oh, I love Grandma's Boy.
My son thinks Bench Warmers is like the greatest movie ever made.
What is?
My son thinks that Bench Warmers is like the best movie.
That's a good movie.
He's
It's
probably
gold.
watched it 10 times.
What's the rhyming name they came up with for the guy that Schneider calls him?
Jerry, Fairy Jerry. You gave them nicknames, so I gave you one, Fairy Jerry. And then he goes, "Oh yeah, Gus Bus, that's you.
Gus Bus. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I know the whole.
I love Bench Warmers. Swarsden's in it. He's great.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's. Remember when he was eating? Yeah. He was like eating skin, sunblock.
Sunblock.
He was like
great.
eating sunblock.
But the movie was great. Hoffman and Tootsie's fantastic. I'm just saying, Hoffman and Rain Man. Forget it. You know what? Hoffman and Rain Man's great. De Niro in Awakenings is horrendous.
A lot of unintentionally funny moments in there.
You get that Enrico guy to play. What's the name of the main alien in Galaxy Quest? What was his name?
Oh, Saris, the bad guy.
No, that's Andy Serkis, isn't it? Oh no, it's not Andy Serkis. Maybe it's
with a G.
Are you talking about the character name?
The character name of Enrico Palazzo. That's not his name. Enrico in Galaxy Quest. What was his? It's not Malachi, is it? No, that's the Children of the
That's
Corn.
Children of the Corn. That's it was.
So you're asking the name of the character. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Mathazar.
Mathazar.
Yeah.
Mathazar. I hate to sit there and say to De Niro, "Hey, you were pretty good in Awakenings," but Mathazar fucking smoked you.
Yeah,
smoked you. And I'll tell you, he's the worst. De Niro's the worst in that Joker movie. He didn't need to be there.
Well, I'm noticing nowadays the only time I see De Niro in anything, it's when Scorsese directs it. Like
Yeah, because you're going to cast him as a thug. It's the only thing he knows how to do. He's one-dimensional.
He's been casting every movie in the last 10 years with De Niro and DiCaprio. Just like, that's all he wants to do.
I'll tell you right now, out of all these actors from that generation, none of them can touch Gene Hackman.
Oh, he was fucking
great.
Brilliant.
French.
But
Connection.
he's gone silent.
Really?
He hasn't been in anything for years, has
No,
he?
he's too
Yeah, he
old.
retired.
He
retired.
He's retired. But when he was in like Heist is a great movie, which was not too long ago.
Didn't he
with
die?
Rebecca
He
Pigeon.
was even fucking good as Lex Luthor.
Unbelievable.
Mhm.
Did you get a charge of electricity being in the same room with me? His Luthor was great.
He was the
He was-
best. The
Even
best.
in the Replacements, the underrated movie.
Everything about that Superman was the best. That's the best Perry White and Jackie Cooper.
I like
Addis
him as,
Ababa.
I like him as
Otis.
Royal Tenenbaum.
Yeah, Ned
But
Beatty.
I don't think
he's
he's like that.
In a
Addis-
non,
That's good.
In a
Ababa?
non.
Oh, are they?
role.
Otisberg.
Yep. Yeah, Otisberg.
Otisberg.
Valerie Perrine.
Oh shit. Well, anyway,
She's in your favorite movie, Krell. Can't stop the
I-
music.
I gotta bounce.
I'm going to.
My
I'm
favorite
trying to
band,
say
too,
that
the
for
Village
5
People.
minutes. Dave,
All right,
everyone, I'll see
guys
you later.
I gotta run.
I gotta be.
Oh, you
up at
guys
then
are all
7
heading.
a.m.
All right, so it's going to be me, Krell,
Yeah.
and
Good night,
very good, Joe.
everybody.
Good night,
Yeah.
everybody.
We'll see you.
Kicked Krell.
Yeah, I disappeared.
Oh, I got it as 3. That's why. Hold on.
Take
There
care,
we go.
everyone. God bless.
Later.
Later, Joe.
Just the 4 of us. Now it's just the 3 of us.
We can make it if we try. Just the 3 of
3
us.
of us.
All right, so I was
Crowbar,
watching.
Dave and I.
I was watching a great video the other day. It was Marcus Miller playing with George Benson, and Paul Jackson Jr. was playing guitar. I didn't know who the drummer was, but he was so pocket. But if you can find this on YouTube, it was great. They did "Oh Give Me the Night," which was cool, and they were doing a bunch of his songs and basically telling stories. It was really good. But yeah, somebody brought up Linda Blair. Linda Blair, I believe, at one point was dating like Rick Springfield. I think when he wrote
She was
Jesse's
going out
Girl,
with Gary Rossington too.
and then she went out with Rick
Rick
James.
And Gary Rossington.
Gary
At the same
Rossington.
time.
Do you guys remember that great song by the Rossington Collins Band? Don't misunderstand.
Don't
Me?
misunderstand me. Yeah, with the
Oh,
8
it's a
note
great-
pianos. Bow,
Yes.
bow, bow.
Yes, but you see, in that song, it doesn't sound like show tunes. Just like in Jane, it doesn't sound like show. But when you hear the swung, the real vaudeville sounding "Can't Happen Here" by Rainbow, waiting for the future. All the jazz hands going on in that song.
By the way, it was Alex Bailey.
Ricky
playing
Springfield, he's a buddy of mine.
drums. Alex Bailey was playing drums in that thing you were talking about with Marcus Miller.
On drums, he's great.
Yep.
So let me just say this. So Hannah Baum just brought up Ricky Springfield. He's a buddy of mine. I was watching Thomas Jane in an interview, and they were talking about doing the movie Boogie Nights. And I guess Paul Thomas Anderson, is that his name, the director,
Yep.
was out at a party. And he's talking to a guy at the party, and there's this Chinese guy lodging firecrackers everywhere.
Oh, so that's where he got the idea.
He didn't get the idea. That's the guy from the party. He said to the Chinese
the
guy, "You wanna
the guy
be in a
with
movie?"
Molina. The
Yeah,
little
he's
guy
like,
with Molina.
"I get you.
yeah.
I'm going to put you in a movie. You're going to do the same thing you did." Fucking killed me. I was laughing my ass off. I'm like, that's unbelievable. So that Chinese guy in the background was just a random dude that Paul Thomas Anderson met at a
Yeah, just
party
come
that
in
was
here,
lighting
throw some fucking
firecrackers.
Fireworks.
You want to be in a movie?
And Thomas Jane was saying that they took so many takes doing it that they stopped reacting to the firecrackers because it just became noise in the room and they just was standing there. So they had to sit there and make other noises
Yeah.
to try to
make
get
him
the guys
jump
to
up.
react, to get them to do a jump scare.
Motorin'.
Great
Tweet-
stuff.
Twisted Sister, oh, your time.
Sister, I mean, that band was great. I like Night Ranger. Ricky Springfield, Jesse's Girl's a great tune. That record's a good record. I like the record after it. Actually, I like the record after that better. Living in Oz. Living in Oz is a great Rick Springfield album. You guys familiar? A lot of Tim Pierce.
Well, what songs were on that? What was the hit song?
Affair of the Heart.
It's an affair of the heart.
Human
Oh,
Touch.
yeah, I remember that.
We all need.
Yeah. A human touch. And then there was one other song that was big on it was Two Souls Searching for Heaven, Rolling the a song called Souls, which I think is his best song.
That's all.
But Motel Eyes is a great song on that album. Me and Johnny's a great song on that album. I think Living in Oz is one of his best. Great record. Like I said, a lot of Tim Pierce on that record. But I was also listening to Jeff Porcaro at MIT. MI.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Zappa was always trying to get him to play on stuff and he wouldn't do it.
Why?
He's like, I'm not a great reader. I can't improvise. I'm a time guy. And he kept saying that. He's like, I'm a time guy. I play in time. I can do fills, but I'm not in there. He's like, you can't give me 4 bars for a drum solo. I won't do it. Black Line. They had a song called Here in LA. I've never heard of them. Black Line? No. I never heard of them.
Never heard.
Do you remember a song, Jukebox Jimmy? A song called Nicole? Oh, Nicole, my sweet Nicole. The band was Point Blank.
I think so, yeah.
Well, when I first came to LA, I was working over at Gladstone's.
Yeah. Right on the PCH.
Yeah. And so I'm working with this girl, Nicole. She's like 20 years old. I'm like 27, 28. And I start singing the song to her. And she turns around and she goes, my sweet Nicole. I said, wow, you know the song? She goes, yeah, I'm Nicole. I said, yeah, but you know how many Nicoles I sang that to and they don't know the song? She goes, no, I'm Nicole.
The Nicole.
Bubba Keith from Point Blank is my father. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's, folks, when I realized I was living Forrest Gump's life.
Like life was
It's
like
crazy.
A box of chocolates.
Oh, great song. Yeah, I figured you would, Rich, because it was on Boston radio. But how funny is that? She was Nicole. She was like, it was, and then she told me the story. Her father used to sing it to her as a baby. And when she was like 2, he was singing it. And the other guy in the band goes, what is that? And he goes, oh, it's just some stupid thing I sing to my daughter. And he's like, I want to write a song around it. So he did. And then the other guy wrote the song, but it was the chorus was written by the father.
Oh, so he got some publishing.
I guess. I mean, I think they got screwed over by Bill Ham anyways. They were managed by ZZ Top's management. But just funny stuff. I've had many moments like that. I waited on a guy once and he tells me his name and I said, oh, awesome. You produced Ambrosia? He was like, how the fuck would you know that? I said, I guess I read liner notes. And I'm like, would you do it in the studio up in Sun Valley? He's like, yeah. It was a funny guy, though, but it was cool. And then I saw Ambrosia live. What was the name of the place? How long have you been in LA, Jimmy?
Me?
What year did you move out there?
1986, and then I moved back in 2006. But I first came here in 1986.
Oh, okay. What was the name of that place down in? It was like right at the base of Palos Verdes. There was a bar that was a club.
The Country Club?
No, was it called the Country Club or the Coach Club? John Taylor played there before
the Coach House.
Maybe it was the Coach House is down in
That's
like
in Orange County.
Yeah, it's in like Vista Del Mar, not Vista Del Mar, but it's bad. It's not bad. Anyways, John Taylor's band played there before I played with John, and I saw him there. And then Ambrosia played there. I saw Ambrosia there.
John Taylor from Duran Duran.
Yeah. Yeah. I played with him in 97 or 98.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you do her name is Rio and she dances?
We sure did. Save a Prayer. We did a lot of the early In fact, I asked him if we could do some of the later Duran Duran, like the wedding album songs, and he was not having any of it. He was like, no, I don't want to do those. He had his own album called like Terra something. I forget what it was called. Terra.
Yeah, I remember when he came. It was like around the time when he did the Power Station, right?
It was after the Power Station. Yeah, he had an album called Terra something. And then, so we did all the songs on that album, or almost all of them. We did Rio, Save a Prayer, Planet Earth, Girls on Film, Planet Earth. When I played with them, it wasn't at the Troubadour. No, the Troubadour's on that. This place is by Palos Verdes.
Palos Verdes.
It's right at the base. Like if you go all the way down to Redondo Beach, it's right at the end of Redondo Beach when you get to the bottom, when you're entering Palos Verdes.
I'm drawing blanks.
And then you're going into what's the town after Palos Verdes? What's on the other side of Palos?
Terry said the Troubadour, but that's not it.
No. San Pedro's on the other side.
Okay, yeah. Are you sure it's not the country club?
It could have been the country club. I don't remember it being that. Yeah, Torrance is inland, but it's right there. You're really, in fact, I think Torrance Boulevard is right there. But yeah, Torrance is a little inland. I recorded a lot in a place called God, what was the name of that studio? It was on like 135th in Torrance. Media something, I forget what it was called. It was a really nice studio. Fuck that. They had a beautiful Kawai piano there. Yeah. I had a cozy week at Marina Del Rey with Ray Thomas of the Moody Blues. Gave me a condo to stay in for a week free. Yeah, Marina Del Rey was awesome. My brother lives like right there. That was like 2 minutes from me.
Dave, did you know I worked with Gene Merrills, the second engineer off of Women and Children and Diver Down in Fair Warning?
Oh, no, I didn't know who he is. No.
Gene Merrills. He was the second engineer. He worked with Don Landy.
Yeah.
He's really, really great engineer.
Rock Club in Palos. I think I'm just going to call it Palos Verdes, but I don't think it was Palos Verdes. It was definitely Eddie. Thank you.
Terry would know.
Yeah. Best. Here we go. Let's see. I think it's been closed for a long time.
Yeah. I'm just drawing a blank for some reason. I've been having a blank with names and stuff today.
Maybe it's called Saint Rock now. I'm looking on a map to see where it is because I knew where it looks like it on the inside. Oh no, it's not Saint Rock. I know what this is. The Bounty on Wilshire. Where was the Bounty? Give me the. Let me look up the Bounty. Hold on.
Is that like around Fairfax?
Tell you right now. It's called HMS Bounty.
Christian.
Located in the Gaylord Apartments. So is that over in hold on, let me look. This could be like oh, this is way down there. This is like over by
the Waters Club?
Koreatown. It's
Was
by
it called
Koreatown.
the Waters Club? Koreatown.
No, it's HMS Bounty.
That's near my area. I'm
right.
Like right around there.
Yeah, you know where it's off. It's like by Western. Yeah. Hey, Oh, he says it may not be around anymore. This was a traditional American restaurant. It says I don't know what your Bounty would be.
There's also the L.
But yeah, Wilshire's super long. You got to realize Wilshire by me is, I mean, you can go all the way from Ocean Ave all the way up to like, far would be when you start getting towards like Gailey or Westwood Boulevard is probably like, and then you're still not even close to where you are. That's way the fuck down there. You know, you're down by Vermont. That's I'd rather jump on the 10 freeway to get to Vermont.
Yeah, there's that one little Mexican restaurant that on Sunset, the
not El Tarasco.
No. They have like a downstairs with a stage there.
Oh yeah, remember? Is the place?
No, not El Rey.
Is Zen still there?
I'm not sure. What are the cross streets?
Hold on a second. What is beeping?
I don't hear it.
Fries are done. Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are
Thank
done.
you. Thank you. Drive to the next window. Can you hear the guitar at all?
Nope.
Let me move the microphone close. What about?
So did I show the $150 guitar last week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's like unbelievable. Friggin' just.
Yeah, you sold me on those ones. I like the price and the stainless steel frets.
Yeah, and they're all bald. They're all rounded on the ends too. They don't.
Nice. They're not bird.
Nope.
They don't cut your fingers. What did you find that beep, Dave?
Yeah, I have an Elixir in my bathroom. The thing's setting off an alarm. It's just making an alarm. So I'm like, what the hell are you? What noise are you making? You can look on the Alexa app. I'm like, fuck you, just stop. But somehow I must have set the alarm at some point. But I'll tell you, having an Alexa, the best place to have it is in the bathroom, because you can just go in the bathroom and you jump in the shower, say, hey, Alexa, play this song or play this kind of music. It plays it, and when you stop, you're like, all right, shut up.
Does Alexa tell you when you had the cream rinse in your hair long enough? Rinse.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I get in the bathroom in the shower, and I'm like, I don't even know what the hell to do with this stuff. And she's like, lather, rinse, repeat.
Repeat. Yeah.
Right.
You want me to scrub your back?
Well, she can't do that, but she will say lather, rinse, repeat. You're still using that cheap shit you bought at fucking Ocean State? Why don't you get some real shampoo,
that conditioner and shampoo combo?
She says, shampoo, you make my hair all smooth and silky. Conditioner. That's the beginning of Billy Madison.
I tell you, my ex-girlfriend got me some body sprays from Job Lot once before, those Power Stick ones, whatever. Oh, look, these were cheap. There was a reason why it smelled like fucking
is it like
manure.
Axe body spray or some shit like that?
Oh,
it's like
awful.
Axe body spray knockoff, but I mean, like, whatever. It smelled like
Ocean
manure.
State has all the real shit now, because they just buy from like places when they discontinue stuff. Rich is asking is Bird still there on Franklin across from the Scientology building? So Franklin's over there in Hollywood. That I would have no idea. Like I don't even. I never. I used to songwrite. I was on a project and a songwriting project with somebody, and he lived over on, I think it's Franklin, in a building behind there. Is Franklin north south or east west? I think it's. Why do I think it's east west?
Franklin is north south.
What's the F1 that's east west? That's right above Hollywood Boulevard on the west, on the
east west.
Hold on.
Well, I mean, maybe that's. Oh, actually, you're right. That's east west. Franklin is east west.
All right.
I was having
crazy here. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
That's what
I thought. Yeah. That's. Oh, you lived around the corner from there? Yeah. That's that. I was all the way down by the beach, so that's on the other side of town for me. Like that would be me going out of my way. Although there was a cool. What was over there? Musso and Frank's is over there. I got my first.
I don't think that's there anymore.
I got my first tattoo across the street over there, and then right around the corner, you got that In and Out on Sunset. I only know LA by where In and Outs are. Okay.
That's
and like I said, you're all the way down in Vermont, so that's like, and that's considered East Hollywood over there.
Yeah. Yep. It's like adjacent to Silver Lake and
see, that's by the way. See, people on here that never lived in Los Angeles won't know what you mean by adjacent. People in LA like to say they're adjacent to better communities so they can sit there and make their place sound good. When you go look for an apartment, you'll see it'll say Beverly Hills adjacent. And then you go to the place and you're like, this is next to Beverly Hills, but it's a toilet. You know, it's all the time. When you live in Mar Vista, what does it say? Culver City adjacent.
Adjacent, yeah.
Right? If you live in fucking Venice, Santa Monica adjacent. I mean, even though Venice is now nice, but back in the day,
but it's in
Venice used to be like the homeless pigeon area. That was like
what's that?
Venice. It was like they had a big homeless thing. I don't know if it's.
Oh yeah, no, but still, the property values in Venice are through the roof. I mean, compared to when I moved out to LA and there was gangs all on on Broadway over there behind behind like where Gold's is. You go 6 blocks back.
The V13.
You're taking your own. Yeah, exactly. That was bad. Now all those places are gone.
They're all in prison now.
Yeah, and those houses are sold, and that whole place is turning nice. I ain't got no.
I know they're not all pigeons and homeless. I love Venice, by the way.
Yeah, you fit in Venice.
Yeah, I love Venice.
It's I had some buddies come out and visit me when I was in Santa Monica, and I took them down to Venice Beach, and they were not happy. They were like, "This is where all the freaks are." I'm like, "Yeah," but it's cool.
I call it's like Greenwich Village in the sand, you know.
That's cool. I mean, Harry Perry. I was always friendly with Harry. He's a nice guy.
He's the best guitar player rolling on rollerblades ever.
He definitely is the best on rollerblades. But he was a good guy. You know, he's a good guy.
He's a really nice guy. Yeah. He runs
a pain in the ass to deal with, but
he'll follow you down the street. I'll be like, if I give you $1, will you roll away from me?
When I worked at the gym,
you take that flanger off your guitar.
When I worked at Gold's, when Harry Perry walked in the gym, he used to piss me off because at the end of the night he would try to buy stuff after close, and I'm like, no, I'm not opening the drawer. Fuck off. So what would happen was anytime I'd see him come in, I'd wait till he get all the way to the other side of the gym. And then I'd get on the intercom and go, Harry Perry to the front desk. We're closing the drawer if you want to buy anything before you go.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I wouldn't say it I wouldn't remind him when he walked in. I'd wait till he's all the way down.
Good.
Because he pissed me. And then he was just like, you do that on purpose. I'm like, no. You see how you do. But then when I worked at West LA, he was always like stopping me on the beach. You guys have this? I'm like, Harry, come down to the fucking store. What do I look like? The walking inventory? And by the way, we do have it.
You see? Yeah.
All right, you got a list for me before we call this shindig? You got a quick little list? Top 5 are there, Krell? Anything? Because Joe went to bed. He went to bed, not wet the bed.
As long as he doesn't shit the bed.
And Krell, about those Cuban cigars, I haven't got them yet, but as soon as I get them, I'll let you know. I have a couple of things. Remember, did you get, first of all, fuck you, Krell. You text me all these things and I respond back. I text you a thing from Cigar Page.
I saw that. Yeah.
I know you saw it, but I knew you didn't message. Anyways, I ordered those. Those are great cigars. I've had those.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I got no more room in the humidor, though.
Oh, okay. That's all you're going to say.
I got some no more room from the Cigar Page coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, and I ordered those Alec Bradley Tempest Maduros from CI.
Yeah, so tomorrow I've got the that nub sampler coming in that I got a deal on, and the Rocky Patel Edge that showed you 10 cigars for $33.
Yeah, that's a good deal. The Edge is awesome. It's one of my favorites. It's a nice, strong cigar.
The guitarist?
So there's a vape shop next to Martini's where I play on Saturdays, and they started carrying cigars now. Actually, some of the people at Martini's are working over there during the week to help out the owner over there because it's like a new shop, and I guess he had some
I'm going to be at the
living
Spill
in-
tomorrow, so I know if you're interested.
I can't. I teach tomorrow. Well, I
teach
didn't teach today. I'm teaching tomorrow, so that's where. And then me and my buddy we're gonna go to an open jam. He's wanted to go, so he's like, "Can I switch the day to Thursday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if you want." So
Okay, here's a quick list: 13 best guitar tones of all time.
All right, that's good. 13 of the best guitar tones of all time.
Okay, it starts with 1 as usual, so I'm going to start with 13 at the bottom.
Right.
Okay, 13 is "Shine On You Crazy Diamond," Pink Floyd.
It's a great guitar tone. It's fantastic. Yeah. One of the best.
True.
Can't argue with it's just a great. You can't argue. Jimmy wants to argue about it, but I'm not going to argue with him. I know.
12
I'm not going to
Rambler,
debate
Rolling
that.
Stones.
What is it?
Midnight Rambler, Rolling Stones.
The studio version or the live version?
Studio.
You're talking about the
I'd
live
say
version
no.
of the studio.
Is
That has
Midnight?
too
Let me
much
ask you
slide
guys
on
this
it.
question: Are you a Stones fan, Jukebox?
I love the Stones. Yeah.
Is Midnight Rambler a better guitar tone than Slave on Tattoo You? No fucking way.
No.
Watch. Emily's in the chat, I think. Well, she's still there. Emily, if you're there, let's hear your opinion. Midnight Rambler or Slave? Which has the better guitar tone? Oh, I can hear part of Slave trying to come through on somebody's. That's the shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the shit. All right, next.
Okay, 11, Bargain, The Who. Now their explanation is that he doubled an acoustic guitar with an electric guitar, whole new palette.
Yeah,
of sound.
so does everybody. Who cares?
Yeah. You're gonna balk at this one.
I'm gonna say no on Bargain.
Yeah, you're gonna say no on this one because it's. I mean, you're not gonna like anything from them, but I mean, like I would say that it's not their best fucking tone.
Okay, who is it?
The Sandman, Metallica.
Fuck off.
This is Guitar World.
You know what? I'm not going to sit there and say they have bad tones on everything. They don't have terrible tones on everything. I think
they do so many overdubs on the rhythm that it kind of cancels out a lot of the
Through the Never on that album?
On the Black Album?
Yeah. Twisting, turning, Through the Never. That's a better guitar tone than Enter Sandouche.
Okay, 9 is Voodoo Child, Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Nope. I hate a wah-wah sound. To me, it's like wah-wah. I hate it. Hate the wah-wah.
This is going.
Let me remind you guys of Tony Iommi's worst solo. Like a fire needs a spark to burn. Wow, 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 wow. That's all it sounds like. It's like, what? I could have went in and recorded that for them.
I don't know. Now, this is Guitar World. I don't know where they're getting this shit from, but it's like Champagne Supernova or Oasis.
Someday you will find.
Yeah, but I get what they're saying. They're going with it because it's ethereal and it's big sounding, but they've never listened clearly to like Robin Fraser. What's his name? Robin Guthrie from Cocteau Twins. I think everything Robin Guthrie's ever played sounds better than that. So yeah, these guys are fuckheads. Go on.
Yeah, 7 is Soul Man, Steve Cropper with Sam and Dave.
Give me a fucking break. I like Cropper, but I'll tell you what has a better guitar tone. Son of a Preacher Man.
Yeah.
Who is that?
I think it's Cropper too. I think it's Cropper on guitar. You know, they're doing that like what is it? Let me see
like
if I
the
can remember out of it.
Trem sound.
Is it here?
Yeah.
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 Killer shit, man. Killer stuff.
This next guy has had some good tones on the albums he's played on, but it's like I can't see why this particular song, but Mary Jane's Last Dance, Mike Campbell and Tom Petty. I mean, it's like he's had better tones on record.
He's got a million songs that are better.
Yeah, well,
Refugee's
Woman in Love
better.
is a great tone.
Woman in Love. Stop Dragging My Heart Around.
Yeah.
And if we're going to talk about Mike Campbell, The Boys of Summer's his best guitar tone.
Don Henley, yeah. Well, how is this guitar world? It's a 5 is Free as a Bird, the Beatles. George Harrison.
Terrible. They're douchebags.
Who makes these lists?
This is why Guitar World can't.
Let me see who friggin'
they
came
can't
up with
send
this
me a
list.
free issue. They was trying to send me issues. They started sending me free issues a couple of years ago, and they were like, "Listen, they were like, listen, we want you to." I'm like, dude, don't send me any more of these. They're trying to get you to subscribe. I'm like, I don't know. I think I bought cigars and there was a magazine. I never asked for it. Now they're sending me GQ. I'm like, do you see how I dress? Do I look like a guy that reads GQ?
Because every girl's crazy about a sharp-dressed man.
There's nothing they say ahead of time that excuses.
Have you seen GQ?
Picks.
What they're
It's
dressing like?
The list of songs with killer guitar tones is endless, and singling out any single song as the best is, of course, subjective. The most memorable guitar tones don't scream out for attention. Instead, they pull at the melody and cut across the bed.
Oh, is that what they do?
Section, yeah. But it's like, what?
I'm just saying, is that what they do? Like, why? Like, if it's subjective, why are then you telling me what the fucking parameters must be?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's got to do this and it's got to do that. Says who? A good guitar tone's a good guitar tone. Let me mention a song by ZZ Top. First of all, 2 best guitar tones in ZZ Top. Blue Jean Blues and fucking Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers could be the greatest tune of all time.
I like Heard It on the X, the Strat sound he has on Heard It on the X.
Fantastic. Fantastic. It's the last song on Fandango. Do you remember back in 1966?
That's a quick song.
Country Jesus came along. That's where I learned my live.
Yeah, Fat Albert on vocals.
No, what's it say? Country Jesus, rhythm and blues. I forget what he says there. That's where I learned my lives from coast to coast. And
anyways, at 4 is The Edge. So guess
dude,
what
you got to
song?
listen. When we hold on real quick. When we're done with this show, Jukebox, I want you with full volume listening to fucking Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers. All right, go on.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, number 4
Agreed.
is The Edge,
I'll do it.
but I want you to guess what song they picked.
Okay, let me tell you what the best Edge song is. First of all, probably New Year's Day for me is the best sounding guitar.
It was that was the album with his tone, but it's not even that. They picked The Fly.
What do you mean that's the album? The Fly is on October.
No. I said no. When you said, I said that's the album that he had the best guitar tone on.
Oh, I don't know. I think Octung Baby's their best album.
Yeah, they picked The
Fly's great. It's great. That's subjective. If you said to me, because The Fly's awesome. I love that tune. Go, 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 go. Yeah, Hannah Bomb. You know it.
But geez, if I don't hear this song again for a long time after we went to that show a few weeks ago, Dave.
Okay, so it's an Allman Brothers song. Don't tell me. Liz Reed. You can just call the song Liz Reed. It's the song titles are too long. You got to do like a John Lennon and shorten everything.
Yeah.
We're back. When I listen to Reed. Yeah, Liz Reed sucks. Too long.
Oh, okay.
Too long. And the sections aren't even musical. Like you got bam, 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 da da bam, bam. You feel like it's gonna end, then they go right back in. Ba-na-na. Oh, fuck me.
Diminished.
Yeah. All right, go on. After Liz Reed.
Number 2.
Yeah, the diminished. Yeah.
Cream, Sunshine.
It's good. It's good. Nobody gives Jack Bruce the credit for it, but it's a Jack Bruce riff.
Okay, so number one, seeing how the list has been and stuff, you got any guesses who the band is?
Hold on, let me just. Rich is saying The Fly is good, but he loves the edge on Electrico. Yeah, if you don't know, yeah, Electrico is great. I even love the EP with the 2 sunrises and what's it called? Wide Awake in America, or 3 sunrises. And what was the other? There's another song, Love Comes Tumbling. Good stuff. What band is going to have the best tone? Is it Zeppelin?
Nope.
Van Halen.
Van Halen.
Nope.
All right, so then we got to come up with a bullshit answer. Eagles?
Nope.
Jeff Beck.
Nope. Think hard rock.
Oh, hard rock.
Yep.
Guns N' Roses.
AC/DC.
There you go.
Akadaka?
Yeah.
All right.
Back in
so
Black.
what's the song Back in Black?
This list
tone on Back in Black. I mean, it's the same tone on every song on that album.
I think
wasn't it like that on all the records. It's like
I think that's the purpose.
No, but
of
that record has a special. Well, I would say that record and the album after it.
I don't think we want these lists to be good because it wouldn't be fun.
No, we know they're not going to be good. It's not even what wants. It's impossible.
So that was guitar.
I'll tell you a great song to check out though. Another one. Where's your pen, jukebox? You need to write down the.
Sir,
what song are you going to listen to by ZZ Top?
Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers.
Okay, and then after that,
I don't need a pen. I have a computer for a brain.
AC/DC, Rising Power. Again,
Rising Power.
Loud
Rising
volume.
Force.
It's the first. It's the opening track on Flick of the Switch. Fantastic.
Rising Power and Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers. Let me put that on my computer. Wait. All right, got it.
All right. So
malfunction.
Reboot, so let me just say this real quickly about this. I put new strings on this PRS, and the first thing I did was I said, "How the fuck do you put the strings on this thing?"
Are you talking about in the headstock?
Have you ever seen the way these?
Fun of me?
No.
The tune.
I'm saying you were right. These things are fucked up. They don't have a hole. It's like you have to turn the wing nut sideways. It goes.
You gotta. Yeah.
And then you got to turn it while it's the worst
like
I've ever seen.
Like
if I keep this guitar, it's going back to normal tuners. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but it's nuts.
That's when I met Bingham, I was trying to.
That's how Bingham got hired. Bingham knew how to do it.
Right, and I didn't.
Yeah. And I didn't fire you on the spot. I kick myself in the ass every day.
Thank you for firing Jason, by the way. I never told you that formerly.
Who was Jason?
The fucking idiot who thought I was going to attack him, and he said he was afraid of me.
Did I fire him?
Yeah, he came in late one day. He's like, "Yeah." You're like, "Dude, you were supposed to be here a half an hour ago. You're fired."
Oh, was he like the country dude? He had like
really long hair, long, disgusting braided beard.
Yeah. That's why I call him the country dude. He had the long braided beard.
He was a moron, and he was like afraid of me. He did something stupid, and he thought I was gonna beat him up. And I was like, dude, I wouldn't. Why would I waste my time? You're like,
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with him. I think I just fired him because
I didn't either. Just because until he started saying that he felt threatened by me. I was like,
we were all threatened by you. I'm kidding. Maybe it was the machete you used to carry that had bloodstains on it.
The one from Danny Trejo.
Yeah. Exactly. Danny used to come in. His kid played guitar. He used to come in the store.
I met
all
him
right, guys, we are
nice
done.
Guy.
He's a great guy. Great guy. It is 10:44. Next week, one more time, folks, Steve Rosen, author of Tone Chaser. I can't remember the book of Randy Rhoads that he wrote, but we're going to talk music. We're going to talk whatever the hell he wants to talk. It's his show for one day. Next Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm hoping it's not cold out right now because I do want to
I think it is cold. It's probably in the 40s or something.
It's wicked cold.
There was no middle ground coming into friggin' fall. I need some Indian suns.
You don't have no New England foliage or nothing?
Actually, we had the foliage, but I mean, like,
let me tell you something. You know what's funny when you get an email that says Amazon's customer service, and they're trying to send you an email, but it's an email that I don't use for Amazon. It's called spam.
It's like when you get the SunTrust backgrounds.
I delete everything. I don't give a shit. What is this? Someone's following me. It's a fake account. 0 posts, 0 followers. Oh, okay.
0.0.
Let me see this real quick.
I have so many people following me, I'm getting paranoid.
Oh, by Black Sabbath, their second album. All right. Very good. All right, everyone, listen. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us. We want to thank Matt, who left. We want to thank Jables, John Bingham, who left. We also want to thank Joe, who made it, even though he was tired and he left early. We thank those guys. Krellbar, thank you for making it.
Yeah, technical
Jukebox,
difficulties.
Jizzy, Jizzle, my Fizzle, Dizzle. I can't make it.
For Shizzle.
For Shizzle, right.
My rap is whack, too.
Yeah, the only rap I could do is Public Enemy if I'm doing Flavor Flav. Running from your life, from your wife. Running from... Yipes. I can't do nothing for you, man. Go lean on Shell's answer, man. What?
He's the ultimate hype man.
Ah, he's excellent.
Flavor Flav.
And Chuck, he was the hype man for Chuck D. Chuck D was awesome. Elvis, I was a hero to most. Okay, folks.
All righty.
We're going to thank everyone for being here. Thank you all in the chat. We shall see you next week. And very good.
Later.